Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how this shock sensor here works and how we can use it with Arduino. If you are interested in this shock sensor, I will let you a link in the description below. So let's get started. The shock sensor SW18010P, also known as vibration sensor or shake switch, can be used in many projects. For example, you can do a system wake up with it. When you shake the system will wake up. Or you can use it in a toy. When you shake the toy, it will start making a noise. Or even better, you can use it in a security system. If the sensor detects a vibration, it will start an alarm. And you can also use it for light switching. When the sensor detects a vibration, it will switch on the light. Now let's have a closer look on how this sensor works. The inside of this sensor looks like this. In the inside we have a thin metal wire spring that is around a metal conductive leg. And around all this we have the outer case. So now if we shake this sensor, the thin metal spring and the metal conductive leg will touch each other, and the current will flow from the metal conductive leg to the thin metal wire spring. We will then have a potential of 5 volts. And with this we can detect a shaking or a vibration. The shock sensor is this component on the module. The shape of this sensor looks like a cylindrical capacitor. And here we have a 10 kilo ohm resistor. Now it's very important to know how this resistor is connected, because there are two different hardware configurations. Depending on which hardware configuration you have, we will wire it differently. Here I listed all the possible wiring configuration that you can do. So if your resistor is between pin number 2 and pin number 3 and you want to use this resistor as a pull down, you will have to wire it like this. And if you want to use this resistor as a pull up, then you will have to wire it like this. Same logic if your resistor is between pin number 1 and pin number 2. In my case, the resistor is between pin number 2 and pin number 3. And I will use it as a pull-down resistor in this video. So for this, I will wire it like this. In the S side, I will connect it to 5 volts. In the middle, I will connect it to ground. And in the minus side, I will use this as the output and connect it to pin number 2 of the Arduino. So now let's start the wiring. So we need one shake sensor, 2 LEDs, in my case I will use a green one and a red one, 2 1 kilo ohm resistors, one breadboard and a few jumper wires. So now let's connect the shock sensor to the Arduino. The pin that is on the minus side will be connected to pin number 2. The pin in the middle will be connected to ground, and the pin in the signal side will be connected to 5 volts. The 2 LEDs will be connected to pin number 3 for the green one and pin number 4 for the red one. Then let's connect the USB cable to the Arduino and to the computer. After this, you can start the Arduino IDE. So now let's have a look on the code. On the top of the code, I defined the interfaces to the hardware. First, I set the shock sensor pin to pin number 2, the green LED pin to pin number 3, and the red LED pin to pin number 4. Then I defined a variable shock sensor state that will read the sensor state from the previous defined shock sensor pin. If the sensor detects a vibration, then the shock sensor state variable will update to 1. And if the sensor don't detect any vibration, the shock sensor state will stay at 0. In the setup with the function pin mode, we defined if the interfaces should be used as input or output. In our case, I will use the shock sensor pin as an input because the sensor is sending the state of the sensor to the Arduino, and the green and red LED as an output because the Arduino is sending the on-off command to the LEDs. With the digital read function, the Arduino is reading what is coming on the shock sensor pin and store the state to the variable shock sensor state. In our loop, we have a if structure, so if our shock sensor is equal to 1, it will turn off the green LED and enter in the for loop. In this for loop, it will turn on the red LED for 150 milliseconds and turn it off for 150 milliseconds to make a blinking effect. It will do this 10 times. When the for loop reaches the last turn, the variable shock sensor state will be set to 0 again. If our shock sensor state is not equal to 1, it will enter here. It will turn on the green LED and sense the sensor state. If the sensor detects a vibration, the shock sensor state is updated to 1 and it will enter in the if structure. And then same procedure again. So now let's have a look to our breadboard. So here you can see that when the sensor is not detecting a vibration, the green LED is on. Now I'm gonna shake this sensor a little bit. And now you see that the red LED start blinking. And after these 10 loops in the for loop, the red LED stay off and the green LED goes on. I hope this video was helpful to you to understand how this shock sensor works. If you have some questions, do not hesitate to write them in the comment section. Thanks for watching and see you next time.